Alright, let's get into today's topic. This is r/AmITheJerk. For YouTube, I am going to call it Jerk because I don't think YouTube would like the original name. So basically, the premise is we are given a situation and we have to determine who's the jerk or if there's any jerks. So let's get right into the post. Am I the jerk for making my girlfriend wait to go to the ER? The other night, my girlfriend was reaching for something on a stool when she slipped, fell, and injured her ankle. She was in quite a lot of pain, and we both agreed she needed to go to the ER. She asked me to drive her. Now, normally, of course, I would be happy to drive her. However, the day before, my friend had given me a couple of rare high ABV beers, which I had consumed with dinner right before this happened. Basically, I was feeling very buzzed and definitely over the limit to drive. I told her as much and said I couldn't drive her now, but if she gave me 2 to 3 hours to metabolize the alcohol, I should be fine. She was really upset about this and tried to argue that it was only 2 to 3 miles away, which is true, but I didn't feel comfortable driving, additionally risking a DUI. She then begged me to let her drive my car. The problem with this is that she doesn't have a license. She doesn't have much experience driving, and she isn't on my insurance. So I also didn't feel comfortable at all with her driving my car, especially in the condition she was in. Again, I told her I can either wait until I'm in a safe condition to drive, or she can call an ambulance and get a ride that way. She didn't want to use an ambulance, understandably, because they are very expensive. I also suggested she can get an Uber, but she didn't think they would take an injured passenger to the hospital. Not sure if that's true or not. Basically, we ended up waiting a couple of hours, and then I drove her. She didn't talk to me the entire car ride there and back and has been giving me the cold shoulder ever since. I honestly don't know what else I could have done there. So, is OP the jerk? So, we're gonna go to the comments before I give my opinion. This commenter says, not the jerk for not driving under the influence, but you are the jerk for not getting a car ride for her, as Uber or taxi would help her get to the hospital without any problems. I'm going to come back to this comment, but I'm going to move on to another one. This commenter says, not the jerk for not driving while buzzed, but everybody sucks for not taking 10 seconds to Google, will Uber take you to the ER? The answer is yes, by the way. Now I am going to quickly comment. To be fair to the guy, maybe he wasn't thinking because he was buzzed. I don't know. This commenter says, not the jerk. The number of people and body parts I've handled because they thought it was worth taking a risk on drunk driving. It's really not worth your life and well-being and anybody else's to take that chance. You presented sensible options. She declined them. If she injured her ankle to a point of affecting her driving ability, she shouldn't be driving. So if she didn't want or can't take a taxi and no one else is able to give her a lift, you can't afford / don't want to take the risk of paying for an ambulance, which is an indictment on your healthcare system, not you, then what else is there to do but wait? So, my verdict is not the jerk. Just had to put myself on screen real quick. So yeah, my verdict here is not the jerk. Well, because, it's understandable why you would not want to drive while buzzed. That is 100% understandable. And that's something I highly advise everyone and anyone. Never drive when you're like buzzed or when you're drunk. As the last comment we read stated, it's not worth it. So that's understandable. But also you gave options. You gave the ambulance option, which I do understand why she wouldn't take, because $200. Yeah, that's it. I think it is like $200. So yeah, that's quite a bit of money to fork over. But also you did also offer up the Uber ride. And I feel like the first comment we read forgot that line, because OP literally offered like an Uber, but she didn't want to take it because she didn't think they would take her. So what else were you supposed to do? What, carry her on your arms while you're drunk and walk there? That's the only other option. Or maybe call some friends, maybe, but who knows how long that would take. So honestly, OP, 0 out of 5 jerks for you. But I am gonna give your girlfriend, let's say 1 out of 5 jerks for giving you the cold shoulder about this. Maybe even 1.5 out of 5 jerks. Oh yeah, there's a system I'm doing here where I'm rating the amount of jerks you are for giving you the cold shoulder about this. I don't think that's cool. Am I the jerk for telling my sister I am not the golden child? I wasn't just a pain in the ass. My sister is a goddamn mess. She was a lot growing up, and each week some issue would appear. This could be as simple as a tantrum or mom/dad getting a call from the school. I'm sure she was a lot. Not to mention, therapy for her basically drained the family dry. I was given more freedom since my parents trusted me. I could go to the mall by myself and they knew they wouldn't get a call from security about stealing. That happened before. So, they trusted me and gave me more freedom to do stuff. I have literally watched her get a chance to prove our parents can trust her, and then fuck it up. Our relationship isn't good. My dad gave me his old car for my last year of college. I needed it for an internship. My sister made a comment that, of course, the golden child gets a car. I snapped and told her I am not the golden child. I wasn't just a pain in the ass. That the family has drained themselves dry for her multiple times and to keep her mouth shut. She called me a jerk and ran to her room. Is OP the jerk? So, once again, let's go to the comments, replies, and see what people think before I give my opinion. This commenter states, I'm almost 50 and my older brother calls me the golden child. He spent his childhood playing truant, getting picked up by police, stealing from family, and ended up in boarding school. Our mother wasn't the best. She was a very self-absorbed person, and my brother has the same personality. Our dad was always at work, but did his best when he was home. I have told him that I am the golden child, not because they actively favored me, but because I wasn't in trouble every single day. And as an adult, I am the responsible adult helping them, not just turning up when he needs something. Not the jerk. Hard truths need to be said. This commenter states, not the jerk, and quotes a part of OP's post. She called me a jerk and ran to her room, then continues saying, she sounds like she perpetually makes herself the victim no matter what happens. Stick to your gun and go low contact with her. She's clearly a toxic person. And also, I did see underneath this reply that somebody was asking, oh, what's the age of your sister? And the OP replies, 23 years old, while OP is 21. And honestly, I'm just giving my verdict now. OP, you are not the jerk. Honestly, and I understand it's hard sometimes, but man, I can imagine her being a headache to deal with. And it's not favoritism. It's really not. Whenever somebody sees somebody getting treated better than them, some people think it's favoritism. No, you're just a pain in the ass to deal with, honestly, man. And you're 23 at this point as well. You gotta do something. You can't keep having this mindset. So OP, keep telling your older sister the hard truth, and hopefully it sinks in that she needs to change something about herself. 0 out of 5 jerks for you. I am gonna leave this post on one question that I am very curious about, and maybe I should do some more sleuthing before asking this. Did the parents ever get her tested for anything mental? That I am curious about that to understand. But yeah, OP 0 out of 5 jerks. Harsh. Sometimes you gotta do some tough love, and your sister, honestly, she needs a lot, and I do mean a lot of tough love. Am I the jerk for being upset because my boyfriend drove my car intoxicated? My 20 female boyfriend, 20 male, of 1.5 years was recently in a pretty wicked car crash. It wasn't his fault, but nonetheless, he had an accident. It was his first car and first accident ever. Ever since the accident, he's been using my car to get back and forth to work and doing various tasks. My car is a 2000, so it's pretty, but I keep it in tip-top shape because it's the only car I own. Last night he texted me telling me he was okay. He was going to play pool with some coworkers, and I told him, and I said, okay, be safe. Keep in mind, I know he was going to a bar, but he hasn't drank, to my knowledge, any other time since I told him never drive intoxicated whatsoever. At 12 o'clock, he arrives home and wants to get food and tells me over the phone that he's a little tipsy. Obviously, I'm pissed off. I remain calm and just tell him we're driving to get food. Next, you want to go, let me drop you off and pick you up. And he proceeds to yell at me, saying I was calling him a child. And I don't understand how being an adult works, and there's a legal limit for a reason, and he only had 2 beers. In my mind, regardless, you shouldn't be drinking under the influence, especially since you've had a car accident not too long ago and it's not his car. Needless to say, we did not get food that night, so am I the jerk? And the one comment of this post I'm going to read is this one. Many people would have balked at loaning your boyfriend their car after he totaled his last. Not his fault or not. Out of the kindness of your heart, you loaned him yours. One caveat, never drives intoxicated. He did. It could have been DD. It wasn't and was lucky. This time, not to get pulled over for a DUI. He doesn't deserve you or your car. You are 110% not the jerk. Your boyfriend, however, is a massive jerk. Yeah, I really do agree with this. OP, 0 out of 5 jerks for you. You stated a clear boundary. Don't drink and drive. Don't drive my car while you're intoxicated. Doesn't matter how many beers you've had, don't do it. And then he does it. And then he has the nerve to get mad at you, saying that you said he's a child. Well, maybe firstly, don't drink and drive. I was going to compare him to a child, but a child doesn't do something that stupid. Don't drink and drive. Never, ever. If anybody's listening, anybody who's just started driving, never do it. Call an Uber. Call an Uber. Do something. We literally read a post last time, like just earlier on in this video, about a guy not wanting to drink and drive. Hey, OP, hopefully, well, your boyfriend, hopefully he takes some advice from that guy and not drink and drive under any circumstance. So, OP, yeah, 0 out of 5 jerks. It's up to you. This is breakup worthy. I know Reddit is always usually on that thing, but it's up to you to determine, is this worth breaking up over? And for the boyfriend, for breaking the girlfriend's rule and also getting mad at her about, him breaking the rule, I'm gonna give him, let's say, 2.5 out of 5 jerks. So that was r/AmITheJerk. Let me know in the comment section down below, what did you think of these stories? Do you have different ratings? Do you have different opinions? Let me know in the comment section down below. But for now, and I will see you guys next time. Oh, god damn it! No!